welcome YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do another painting video. As the title suggests, I'm going to take Spirit here from the Dollar Tree. Everybody knows him from the DreamWorks movie and or cartoon show. A free-spirited stallion that just roams around and is very fast and all that. And I'm going to repaint him to look like a companion from Valdermar series by Mercedes Lackey. They are described to be horse-like. They're companions, not horses, keep this in mind. Horse-like, of the purest white with silver hooves and sapphire blue eyes. So I figured maybe I can try my hand at painting one and see how that turns out. I've already taken my the second Spirit that I have. The first one's actually my daughter's. This is the one I bought specifically for this. And Mod Podged it with a white acrylic base. This will, allow the whatever paint I use to stick to it, and well, it also hide much of his non-whiteness, non-pure white, snow white, or whatever you want to call it. The paints that I'm going to be using is a pure white, a silver for the hooves, and a darker blue for the eye, as well as a light portrait pink for the inside of the ears and the nose if I can get to it. But like I said, the main body is all pretty much white. It's the hooves that are going to be a different color, that are going to be silver, and the eyes, I don't know if you can see them, are going to be blue. But I do want to try to color the inside of the ears and the nostrils that lightish pink just to give it some detail. So to start, okay, let's focus my camera down this way. There we go. Got a disposable little tray here. We're just going to use white. This is my model white that I used to paint figurines with, so I don't want to use it too much, but this is the best one I have. And of course, there we go. Don't want to use too much, but I want to have a good amount. And I'm just gonna, gently coat all of it, trying to get an even spread on all the, well, pretty much the whole entire body, including the interior, the exterior, well, not the interior, the underneath, the top, the ventral, the dorsal, the flanks, all that. As you can already see, it's taking a very good liking to this paint. I'm going to probably add a little bit of portrait paint to the eyes just to make them look different so that they stand out. And yes, I am painting the hooves right now. I will repaint them as the silver as I get to it. I'm just trying to make sure that there's an even coating of white paint on what I can get right now. I'll probably do a couple of coatings. I haven't figured out if I want to do a resin coat or a Mod Podge coat. Probably a resin. But that means I would have to let this dry very well before I put the resin. Because sometimes you don't let it dry before you put the resin, it's going to smudge your paint. I'm going to probably do the base as a green. We'll see what green I just pull out to do it. I want to use model paint, by the way, not like just basic acrylic paint, except for my portrait paint, because I don't really have any pinks in that color. No, actually I might. I have flesh color, so, well, light flesh color, so that actually might work, but I think the light acrylic paint will be fine. There we go. Let that, just make sure I got everything. I'd rather get it all now than have to go back again and redetail everything again and again and again. Yeah, this black hair keeps showing through, so just want to make sure I get that quite well coated. At least they didn't color his hooves anything else, so that'll make it easier. So far, what do you guys think? I'm going to let this dry a little bit and then apply a second coat. Alrighty, it's dry. I kind of cheated and used my fan to speed up the process just a little bit. Makes it just a little bit easier. This way I also don't waste my reserve of paint here, because it'll dry out too and it'll just be a waste of paint. Just going to retouch everything lightly with the white paint. Trying to get now any spots that I missed. Especially making sure that the hair on the mane and the tail does not come through as the black that it is. There we go. That actually looks really good. So being a pure white. I don't know if you guys ever read the Valdermar series. It's pretty good. I started off with Exile's Honor, Valor and Honor, about Elbrich. His companion's name is Cantor. He was from a neighboring place that, well, really hated the Valdermarians, the writers of Valdemar. They were magical people. They had special powers, mind magics, and the companions would choose them based on that. Cantor, that's his name, Cantor, Kantor. He snuck in and saved Elbrich from the fires, because Elbrich himself has two powers. He has mind speech. He's very powerful with that, and his other ability, which is equally powerful but less able, is his future sight. He can see a little bit into the future. Alright, so now that I have my horse pretty much all white, I'm going to put in, hopefully not make it split everywhere. Let's just take up all this gunk. Ew. There we go. I'm just going to put a little bit of pink there. Alright. So for this one, I'm going to use a different brush. I have a small brush here, and it's my detail. So we're going to do, again, the nostrils and the interior of the ears. A little bit of, I don't know if you guys can see that, a little bit of pink, just because they are white. There we go. Just make sure I get a little bit more. Yeah, like I said, I've said this before, I enjoy painting. I have to say, I like the effects that the strokes are having. It kind of gives it almost like a hair-like quality, a fur quality. So, there. Okay, we're just going to take a little bit of the pink, a little bit of the white, mix them together. A little bit more of the white, and just a little bit more of the white. A smidge more of the pink. I'm going to use that to set the eyes. Like I said, I want them to be a little bit different. Oh. My quality of light might be a little bit bad. Hold on a second. There, how's that look? Better? A little bit more pink, a little bit of white. Just mix it up. They say that the companions are pure beings. They were brought into the world through a prayer from the King Valdermar, trying to keep his people safe. He wanted a creature to keep, his people safe, to keep his kingdom from getting corrupt and all that. And the companions were formed after a couple of gods, including the Albrich's god, the god from his original homeworld. Karsite, that's what they're called, Karsites. Answered it, the Lord of Light. Alright, so now we're going to take another brush and we're going to paint the hooves. Just paint them silver, because that's what they're said to have. They have silvered hooves. And very unique footprints because of it. Hoof prints. They are horse-like, by the way. The companions were originally spawned through some kind of magic. The Grove. Nowadays, there's only one Grove born. That is usually the King's Chosen, which is his champion. That companion is usually Grove born. Though I will say, the current queen, her daughter, actually had a Grove born, and I believe one of the kings originally, it used to be thing, but they are horse-like, and they do have horse-like reproductive capabilities. There are stallions, there are mares, and yes, there are offspring because of a result of that. And apparently the Grove-born is capable of very capable of fertilization. But it's a pretty good book series. I would say pick it up if you get a chance to. There's also, like I said, there's companion books like that where they have multiple stories. There's one, it's called It Takes a Thief. There's the one that introduces Elspeth, which is, I believe her name is Elspeth, which is the the queen's daughter, and the new companion, new chosen. I've got her name off the top of my head, but that's called the Flight of the Arrow or something like that. Queen's Flight, Queen's Arrows, something like that. But like I said, look up Valdermar, Valdermar, and Mercedes Lackey, and I'm pretty sure you can find out the entire story arc that way. I'm not doing it justice, so I'm going to be quiet now about that. Good series. I recommend it if you like fantasy and magic and all that kind of stuff. Nobility. Alrighty. And now, for the final touches, we're going to do quick painting of the rock. I'm gonna make it an ivy green, English ivy green. But first, I want to do it's way too much. I want to do the eyeballs, the pupils, the irises. Sorry. Not usually good with eyes, so. I want to take my time on trying the detail. There you go, that's not bad. What do you think? And yes, you can see that the eyeballs are a little bit different. I mean, you can see the lightish pink in the ears and the nostril, and there's the hooves. So this is what a companion should look like. Oh. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's just paint that grass, and then I'll use another paintbrush to fix any mistakes I make while making my green paint. I was putting paint in here. We'll just use that. I'm going to use the big brush. Again, the Mod Podge I used is just a combination of white acrylic paint and Mod Podge. It creates a nice little base coat. And it's great for if you need it to harden foam. You can use regular Mod Podge. I like using it with the acrylic coating because it adds a really nice layer underneath, especially if you're going to try to do like a color similar to it, or like sometimes I use like silvered ones, like, or gray, because I'm making like a machine. Yeah, see? It's really good nicely, and it's actually blending in with the white, mixing the white a little bit and adding a little bit of lightness to it, so it's patchy grass. I like it. Okay, very little bit left. I don't try not to touch too much of the horse. Sorry, companion. left. There we go. There we go. Here's a companion on the field of the grove. Let me try to adjust the lights because I don't think my lighting is good. There we go. Let's try this. Maybe that's better. So what do you think? That's my companion. I say I did a pretty good job. Purest white, blue eyes, silver hooves. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, YouTube, this has been a Paint and Ramble with 10. Peace out.